Welcome to Boozy Movies, where making cocktails and watching movies is what we do.
And in case you couldn't tell, because we're decked out in red, white, and blue, we are here to celebrate the 4th of July and the 4th of July weekend.
Yes, we've got 3 delicious cocktails that we think are going to be a hit at your barbecues, potlucks,
Or just sitting at home watching the fireworks and getting hammered. And even something more fun, we actually have movies that go with the cocktails. So if you want to throw on a little flick, make some cocktails, you can definitely do that. And at the end of the episode, we're going to tell you some of our favorite and most recommended 4th of July Independence Day movies.
Yes, that's right. So stick around for that.
So we're going to actually start with dessert first. So let's start with a bourbon boozy shake.
That's right, it's $5 shake.
For the ingredients, you can use your favorite ice cream, toasted coconut milk powder or malted milk powder, bourbon, amaretto, crème de banana, your favorite whipped topping, and a maraschino cherry.
In a large mixing glass or blender jar, combine 1½ ounces of bourbon, ½ ounce of amaretto, ¼ ounce of crème de banana, 5 ounces of vanilla ice cream by weight, and 3 tablespoons of toasted coconut milk powder or malted milk powder. Blend until creamy, and pour into a fountain glass. Top with whipped topping and a maraschino cherry. Serve with a straw. And here we have the $5 shake. I'm gonna give it a go.
With bourbon.
With bourbon, that's important because this cocktail we created for Pulp Fiction, and the scene is she orders a $5 shake and he's like,
$5? You don't put bourbon in it or nothing?
and he says no.
No. It's like, checking. But we do have bourbon in this. There's also ice cream, which you would expect. We have coconut malted milk powder, right?
Yep, to make it vegan, but you can use regular malted milk powder.
The secret ingredient, I think, in this cocktail is we do use a tiny bit of crème de banana.
We do.
And once we put that in this cocktail, it was awesome.
Yes.
Like it just felt like when we were drinking it before, it was like, oh, it's a milkshake and you just put bourbon in it, you know, like they do in the movie. But it did feel like it was missing something. Once we put that in, it just took it to the next level.
Yes, so there's a little bit of amaretto in there as well. That is all to kind of round out those flavors of the bourbon, which you can definitely get.
Yeah, you can definitely get, wow.
Couple of notes on tricks of the trade. You will want to make sure that you kind of pour your proportions out ahead of time, put it in the freezer, let it get really, really cold, and then use our proportions. You can mix and match your liqueurs if you want. You can even switch out to vodka or
Spiced rum.
Spiced rum would be delicious. Just use our proportions in our recipe, which is in the description below, and put it in the freezer before you make it. That way you get a really nice milkshake consistency and the delicious flavors coming through.
So you do have options. You can do it Martin & Lewis. You can do Amos and Andrew. You can even do probably like mint chocolate chip if you really want.
That would be delicious.
That would be kind of tasty. But you know what else is tasty? Is this next cocktail that we have coming up for Point Break.
Yes, the ex-presidents.
We're gonna be using gin, Mezcal, Italicus, a maraschino liqueur, Earl Grey syrup, Saline, and a sage leaf.
In a mixing glass, combine 1½ ounces gin, ½ ounce Mezcal, ½ ounce Italicus, ½ ounce Luxardo, ½ ounce Earl Grey syrup, and a dropper of Saline. Add ice and stir until chilled. Strain into a chilled highball with a sphere and garnish with a slapped sage leaf.
And here is the ex-presidents.
It smells amazing.
Yeah, the sage, we really, really like sage in our cocktails. Also rosemary and mint, so we like to use a lot of herbs. It really helps freshen and liven the drink up, especially when you're going in for a sip.
Yes, there's always a benefit to adding some olfactory sensations to your cocktails. What do you think? Is this American?
It's pretty American. So if you're not familiar with the movie Point Break, you definitely should be. But essentially, the bank robbers wear ex-president masks, and so we wanted to create a cocktail called the Ex-Presidents, and we figured 4th of July would be a perfect time to kind of unleash that.
Yes. What is more American than American money?
Yeah.
And I did some looking around on the internet to try and figure out what does money taste like.
Yeah.
As I said in our Point Break episode, the internet says do not eat money.
Don't do it.
So then I went off of the scents and tried to get that into a cocktail. So this is our representation of what money tastes like.
Yeah. It's a really tasty cocktail. I love the ingredients. It's got some of my favorite ingredients, which is, I love Mezcal. Also has the Italicus, which is like a bergamot liqueur, and it has like a kind of a citrusy flavor to it.
Yep.
And then we have the Luxardo Maraschino liqueur, which is awesome.
Yes, it adds a little bit of bitterness. Then you've got the gin with the botanicals. We used aviation in this particular one, and the Earl Grey syrup. So 2 types of bergamot, the fruit and the flower. Cheers to the ex-presidents.
Because we got one more cocktail to make.
Yes, happy 4th. But before we make that cocktail, we're going to stop this campaign and we are going to ask you to hit the like, maybe the subscribe, and that a little alarm bell to remind you to watch us every single week. We've got a new movie and 2 new cocktails for each movie. These are all featured in other movies, so if you haven't, go back and check those out too.
Yeah, go Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Which at this point could be out, or it will be coming out. Who knows?
In the future?
It's hard to say at this point.
Where are
I know what is in the future, and
What
that
time
is
is
our
it?
next cocktail.
Yes, our next cocktail, which is not in America, it's in Mexico.
But it does represent freedom.
Yes, Zihuatanejo. For Zihuatanejo, you're going to need white rum, fresh lime juice, blue curacao, Barkeeper's cream of coconut, and a lime wheel for garnish.
In a shaker tin, we're gonna combine 2 ounces of white rum, 1 ounce of fresh lime juice, 1 ounce of Barkeeper's cream of coconut. We're gonna add shaker ice, cover, and shake vigorously until chilled. Strain into a highball over crushed ice. Float a ½ ounce of blue curacao on top. And garnish with a lime wheel.
And here we have Zihuatanejo from Shawshank Redemption. This is a super, super easy drink. Only a few ingredients, only 2 different spirits, which you probably already have.
Yeah.
White rum, you could sub coconut, and
That would be good.
blue curacao. I mean, you could sub spiced as well. You're just not gonna get this beautiful white color.
And if you're familiar with the movie, that's kind of what you're going for at the end of that scene where, they meet up on the beach. We have this beautiful sort of white sandy beach, and then we have the beautiful blue water. So we wanted to make a cocktail that sort of embodied that was really fresh, and that's why we think it fits 4th of July, because it represents freedom.
Yes, and we did it over crushed ice so that we could kind of get this layering effect. And it'll keep the cocktail super, super cold and delicious.
So the Shawshank Redemption may not be a movie most people are like, oh yeah, I want to watch that on 4th of July, but it's like one of the best movies and most rewatched movies of all time. So really, I think any time is a good time to watch that movie.
Yeah, it is it's like a masterclass in personalities, in managing within a system, which is all American for sure, right?
And how to really dupe someone and get revenge.
Yeah, I mean, all within the system, but like he said, he had to go to prison to become a criminal.
Yeah, that's really funny, isn't it? Gotta love the irony there.
Speaking of criminals, how about we bring in the ex-presidents?
Yeah, definitely that one.
And then also our $5 shake. How about some ideas for other movies other than Shawshank, Point Break, and Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, I mean, those are 3 really good ones. But obviously, there's Independence Day.
Of course.
You could go out that route. It's a fun action movie. Probably one that's good for the whole family if you have some younger ones, right?
Another couple of great movies to talk about that for families is An American Tale. It's so beautiful, but it's about an immigrating family to America.
Yeah, pretty neat.
In the form of a mouse family. But it's part of America's history, and I think it's a great depiction of that in cartoon form.
Yeah.
Another great family movie?
The Sandlot. That is just such a fun movie. Like when I was a little kid, I just watched that movie and just dreamed that, I mean, I had a cool neighborhood that I grew up in, but I just dreamed that, oh man, me and my neighborhood would get together, we're gonna play baseball and just have a bunch of fun and wreak havoc, cause trouble, ride around on our bikes.
Yeah, and if you've got a bunch of girlies, the other one would be A League of Their Own.
Which is totally an awesome movie.
So some really good ones for maybe an older crowd would be...
I think Apollo 13.
Oh.
I mean, that screams out patriotism, right? I mean, it's really, really fun movie to watch.
What about Lincoln?
Lincoln.
Or the young Mr. Lincoln?
Although, you know, the young Mr. Lincoln.
Everybody loves Lincoln.
Everybody. Well, speaking of the Civil War time period, we have Glory, which is really good. Like Matthew Broderick and Denzel Washington are in that movie, and Morgan Freeman too, I think.
Yeah, and maybe other war movies, like a Vietnam one?
Yeah, Born on the 4th of July. Tom Cruise, amazing performance. I think he was nominated for an Oscar. I don't know if he won, but it's a very intense movie.
Yeah, and maybe moving into drama war movies, Forrest Gump.
Yeah, Forrest Gump is, I mean, that just screams out America.
Came out the same year as Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, I know, and Shawshank.
And Shawshank Redemption.
Crazy, we're just rocking 94 over here. So there's also some other political ones. We have Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Also The American President. You get to see Michael Douglas and Annette Bening fall in love over an Aaron Sorkin script. I mean,
political love affair.
what else could you want? I think Rob Reiner might even directed it. So,
Okay.
but I could be wrong.
What about an old-timey movie? I kind of want to see The Sting.
Oh, okay. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I mean, that is American.
Yeah, I grew up watching The Sting, actually.
That's so funny that you grew up watching that. Of everything that, of all the movies you could have seen, like that's the one. You're like, oh yeah, The Sting. I've seen it all the time.
Right.
Cinephile over here.
So mine is Sting, but what's yours?
Natural Born Killers.
Okay.
It's media glorifying all the wrong things. Came out in the 90s and is still very relevant today.
We're gonna have to watch that.
It's not uplifting at all.
Perfect. We're gonna need some drinks.
We are gonna need some drinks.
Speaking of drinking and movies, we'd like to hear what you're gonna watch to celebrate the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Let us know if you make these cocktails too.
Fireworks usually happen around 9:30, 10 o'clock, 10:30, depending on where you are and how dark it is.
Yeah.
So you might want to do a movie before or definitely a movie after.
That's right. So we're gonna cheers to that. And looking forward to hearing what you guys are watching.
All right, cheers.
Cheers. Cheers to the ex-presidents. All 40, 50, how many of you?
There's a lot.
No.
We definitely need another one.
We need to cut that out, future Brian, because I don't want to sound stupid.
Yeah,
So-
don't worry. I was going to do that anyways.